Today we will learn to draw angles of given measurements using paper folding and protractor.
Let's learn it in an interesting way. We will draw a circle on the paper using the compass and cut it accordingly. Do you remember that the circle is an angle of 360 degrees? If we fold the circle in half, we will get an angle of 180 degrees. If we again fold it in half, we will get an angle of 90 degrees. Just think, if we again fold it in half, what angle will we get? Think. Yes, we will get an angle of measure 45 degrees if we open the circle. We will see that the circle is divided into 8 parts of 45 degrees each. Can you tell from the 3 sections what will be the measurement of the angle we get? Think. Exactly. We will get an angle measuring 135 degrees. Similarly, which measure of angles can be made using this method? We also use the protractor to draw angles. One block of protractor shows a measurement of 1 degree. Since there are sections from 0 to 180 degrees on the protractor, we can easily draw angles up to 180 degrees. Let's learn the method of making angles using the protractor. Suppose construct an angle of measure 122 degrees. Step 1. First, we draw a line MN. Step 2. By placing the center of the protractor on M, we will adjust the protractor in such a way that its zero edge line is along MN. Step 3. You can see that there are 2 scales on the protractor. Can you tell which scale do we need to see? Think. Absolutely right. We will see the scale at which 0 degree is near the point N. That is, here we will see the inner scale. In this way, we will consider line MN as 0 degrees. Moving forward on this scale, we will see at which place the section 122 degrees falls. We will mark the point L in front of this place. Step 4. Now we will draw a line starting from point M and going to point L. Thus, here we have created the angle LMN measuring 122 degrees. Now you pause the video and create an angle measuring 97 degrees. You will definitely be able to do it.
Today we learned to draw angles of given measurements using paper folding and protractor.
In the next video, we will see how to make angles of special measurement using compass. Today we will learn construction of angles of specific measure using a compass. You already know that compass is used to draw circles and arcs. Can we also draw an angle using it? Think. Let us tell you. Suppose we drew a circle of any radius with the help of compass and named its center O. Now we will draw diameter PQ on the circle. By keeping the distance taken in the compass, we will place the pointed end of the compass on P
And mark an arc cutting the circle.
We will name the point of intersection as K. Then we will connect K to the center O.
By placing the pointed end of the compass at the point K, again we will mark another arc by cutting the circle and give the name of the intersecting point C.
And then we will connect C to the center O. If again we place the pointed end of the compass on C and draw an arc, then this arc will cut the circle at the point Q only. What does this tell you? Think, think. Let us explain. Here all three arcs are equal, so the angles forming them are also equal. Diameter represents a measurement of straight angle that is 180 degrees. But it is also the sum of these three equal angles. So here the measurement of each angle will be 180 degrees divided by 3 is equal to 60 degrees. So, will you be able to think of any method of drawing angle of 60 degrees measurement of using compass? Think, think. Let us tell you. Step 1. We will draw a ray OP. Step 2. Now we will take the compass and place its pointed end on O. By taking a convenient radius in the compass, we will draw an arc that cuts the beam OP at point A. Step 3. By keeping the distance taken in the compass, we will place its pointed end at A and draw another arc cutting the received arc. We will name the received intersection point K. Step 4. Now we will draw a ray going from K to OK. The obtained angle POK measures 60 degrees. We can verify this using the protractor. Can you draw an angle of 30 degrees with this method? Think, think. Let us tell you how to draw it. We can bisect an angle of 60 degrees and make an angle of 30 degrees. Let's see its method. With the above method, we will make an angle of 60 degrees. Angle POK. We will draw arcs cutting each other from A and K by keeping the same distance taken in the compass. We will name the point of intersection of arcs D. If we draw ray OD, it divides angle POK into two equal parts. Thus, we have obtained two angles, angle KOD and angle DOA, by bisecting angle POK. That means each angle is 60 degrees divided by 2 is equal to 30 degrees. Now we will see how to construct angles of 120 degrees and 90 degrees. Step 1. We will draw a ray OP. Step 2. Now we will take the compass and place its pointed end on O. By taking a convenient radius in the compass, we will draw an arc that cuts the beam OP at point A. Step 3. By keeping the distance taken in the compass, we will place its pointed end at A and draw another arc cutting the received arc. We will name the received intersection point as K. Repeating the same, we will place the pointed end of the compass on K and draw another arc cutting the earlier arc. We will name the received point of intersection as C. Step 4. Now if we draw a ray OC starting from O, then we will get the angle POC, which will measure 120 degrees. We can verify this using the protractor. Step 5. To make an angle of 90 degrees, we will draw arcs cutting each other from C and K. The intersection point obtained will be named G. Step 6. Now if we draw a ray OG starting from O and going through G, then the measurement of obtained angle POG will be 90 degrees. We can verify this using the protractor. Now try to make an angle of 150 degrees using this method yourself.
Today we learned how to construct angles of specific measure using a compass.
In the next video, we will see examples related to making angles of given measurement. Today we will learn examples related to construction of angles of given measure. Example 1. Construct an angle of 23 degrees using a protractor. Step 1. Draw a ray AB. First, we will draw a ray AB. Step 2. By placing the center of the protractor on A, we will adjust the protractor in such a way that its zero edge is along the line AB. Step 3. You can see that there are two scales on the protractor. Can you tell which scale we need to take? Think, think. Absolutely right. We will see a scale on which 0 degree is near point B. In this way, we will consider line AB as 0 degree. Moving on this scale, we will see at which place 23 degree section falls. We will mark point C in front of this. Step 4. Now we will draw a line AC starting from point A and going from point C. Now we have constructed the angle CAB measuring 23 degrees. Example 2. Using a compass, draw an angle on the paper which is equal to the angle formed in the clock at 3 o'clock. When the clock strikes 3, then the big needle on the clock is at 12 and the small needle is at 3. In this way, the two needles form a right angle. The right angle, that is 90 degrees angle. That means we have to construct an angle measuring 90 degrees using a compass. So let's see how we can make it. Step 1. We will draw a line MN. Step 2. Now we will take the compass and place its pointed end on M. By taking a radius in the compass, we will draw an arc that cuts the beam MN at point Q. Step 3. Keeping the distance taken by the compass, we will keep its pointed end at Q and draw another arc cutting the obtained arc at point P. Repeating the same, we will place the pointed end of the compass on P and draw another arc cutting the earlier arc at point B. Step 4. By keeping the same distance in the compass, we will now draw arcs cutting each other from B and P. The intersection point obtained will be named G. Step 5. Now we will draw a line MG which will start from M and will go till G. Then we will get angle NMG whose measurement is 90 degrees. So today we saw examples related to construction of angles of given measure. In the next video, we will see some mistakes related to them.
Today we will see mistakes related to construction of angles of given measure. Mistake 1. Not using the protractor properly. Some children do not understand how to use protractor properly. They make mistake while making the angle of the given measurement. Then they put the protractor, but they don't know that the center of the protractor is at the top of the angle, and the zero edge of the protractor is thus along the beam. This will lead to an incorrect measurement of the angle. Keep in mind that the center of the protractor should be at the top of the angle and the zero edge of the angle should be along the beam, and only if then we get the right angle. Scale is often drawn on both directions of the protractor. Some children get confused by seeing two different scales marked on the protractor and think which of these scales to use. And in confusion, some children use the wrong scale, which gives them the wrong angle. Let's figure out an easy way to avoid this confusion. As you know, a right angle measures 90 degrees. In this way, the right angle appears as L. If the angle given to you is greater than this angle, then we will choose the scale of the protractor, which represents an angle greater than 90 degrees. Like here, we see that the angle will be more than 90 degrees. So we will choose the inner scale protractor here because the inner scale shows an angle greater than 90 degrees. Similarly here, we also see that the angle will be more than 90 degrees. But here we will choose the outer scale of the protractor because here on the outer scale we get an angle greater than 90 degrees. If the given angle is smaller than 90 degrees, then we will choose a scale that appears an angle smaller than 90 degrees. Like here, we see that the angle will be smaller than 90 degrees. So, we will choose the inner scale of the protractor because the inner scale shows an angle smaller than 90 degrees. Similarly, here we also see that the angle will be smaller than 90 degrees. But here, we will choose the outer scale of the protractor because here, On outer scale, we get an angle smaller than 90 degrees. With this understanding, you can remove the confusion related to choosing the scale. Mistake 2. Mistakes in the use of compass. Some children ignore some important things related to compass, which is why they make mistakes in the construction. Let us understand these mistakes. Children do not care to keep the distance taken in between the compass. It is same distance taken, while drawing the angle changes due to the pressure on the compass and thus becomes an incorrect angle. To avoid this, use compass carefully. You can also check the distance taken in compass periodically. In this, while drawing an arc or drawing a circle, children are unable to keep the pointed end fixed at one place and it slips. This causes a wrong arc. You can avoid this mistake by drawing an arc and circle from the compass over and over again for practice. So today we saw mistakes related to construction of angles of given measure.